I apologize, might be a bit windy. It's a Kia NiRo 1.6 hybrid. You can see it's a red. It looks like a bit old people's car. I apologize for stereotyping, but it does. So that I don't think it's a great color combination, but the visuals are good. It sits in a good alloys, 18s and trims and plastics, so it does make this car look in a sensible way, you know. Maybe not the best looking, but it's okay. I got all my tools in it, and it's got automatic boot lead, which is handy, but again it's a bit very slow, you know. Size wise, again, it's good. I got all my stuff laying on the floor. It's got open and unlock button on the side. It's got a fake lever, and to be honest, it does feel like your fake leather sofa, so it does feel fake, you know. However, it's got a good infotainment system. This specific model has got very good trim. It has heated seats, vented seats, heated steering wheel. It's got collision control. It has lane control, lane assist. As you can see, the steering wheel layout, as I don't like it, you know, but it's a good sort of good size wheel. And again, with Kia, what is so annoying, they keep changing these buttons around. I have Kia Sportage. Everything is moved to this side, you know. It's just so annoying. It took me like 3 days to get used to it, you know. It's got climate control. Most of the cars has it, you know. Also, you've got USB ports, etc. Regards to, you can switch to options. Also, you got your navigation. You have your Android, Apple as well, and mentioned the collision control, front display projection, and on a collision system, when you do reverse, it beeps and vibrates the steering wheel and brakes itself, so you don't run actually in a car, you know. Obviously that system, don't test it. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Just for indication. It has memory seats as well, so it's got electric seats. It has a very good spec, you know, and even has a sunroof, you know, so that's awesome. As I'm gonna go for the road test as well, you can see I managed to get since refueling 52, but it varies. It's basically between 46 and sort of 52, went to 53 as in a road test, so it has a good fuel consumption on this 1.6 hybrid. It's not a plug-in hybrid, so it's a good alternative, I think, for this size and for the fuel consumption way, compared to my Kia Sportage. It's a 1.6 diesel mild hybrid, which averages 52, sort of 54. Sometimes I can get 58 out, you know, very rare. I mean, probably going down a hill, when the journey's down a hill to some location. Let's go for the road test. I apologize that the rattle got my jack in a bird. The way this car drives, right? It drives and performs in a good manner. I had it like for 5 days as a courtesy car, and you know, it's not a sports car. The way this particular trim, but obviously has a very good trim, you know, good trim level. You got everything what you really want in a vehicle, you know, like I mentioned, explaining the heated seats and electric seats, and the only thing which is the funny, the leather seats, right? They do look fake, but regards to the drive itself, it's smooth. There is no DSG or CVT, so the judders, you know, there's no, when you're selecting the gears between reverse and drive, there's no that delay, there's no clunk where you can sort of feel by the time it engages the gears. And in respect to transmission and the gearbox selection, is smooth, you know. I like it, you know. Engine does feel a bit underpowered, but like I said, it's not a sports car. It's fine, you know. Regards to lane control and lane assist, it accelerates okayish. It doesn't move the car practically right to the left because it's slightly higher. It's sort of small crossover type car, so it keeps your car in the lane sensibly. Obviously, Sportage keeps it much better. It's higher, bigger. As I said before, these radar sensors, they're more likely on the smaller cars. They're not really. They take it. For those sensors, more likely they're struggling to pick up the lanes, and the car's small, and it struggles to keep nice and steady in a lane. Right, that is annoying to smaller cars, which has lane assist, lane control option. However, obviously got sport mode. Even for the in the drive mode, when you select it, the engine still feels a bit sluggish on the power. But like I said, it's okay for what this car needs to do. Regards to fuel consumption, I mentioned it gets between 46 to 52 on shorter journeys. You've got a better fuel efficiency. On longer journeys, like 2.5 drive, it drops to 46. So in respect to fuel consumption, it's good. Like I said, it's like 1.6 mile hybrid diesel what I have, which does around 52 miles per gallon. In a good days, 56, 58. You know, when it's hot outside and you're driving down a hill. And that's what I can say about a car. It does its job. I'm not sure whether it's a good option or not, but it has projection too, you know, so it's kind of handy. You can see your sat-nav lanes in projection as well, or you can see your speed limits, you can see your speed, you can see the other side where it shows you where you are in a lane. So when you activate your cruise control, you can see your cruise control speed, you know. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know. To me, not really. If that option wouldn't be there, it wouldn't bother me. You know, it's not like it's super convenient or somehow very helps you with the directions, etc. Although, in my opinion, it doesn't. You know, regards to audible noises, you can feel a bit wind noises, but they're not super insulated cars. It is, I would say, acceptable, you know, for the average vehicle, you know, in general, considering it's not a luxury car. Suspension feels good. The alloys are, the wheels are not too big. They're 18-inch. On my Kia Sportage, they do feel too big for the suspension setup on that car. You know, it does feel like an old suspension, in my opinion, on the Sportage. But Sportage has 19-inch, right? So they do feel a bit too big. You know, this is okayish. In some bit sharper potholes, you can feel the suspension not right, but it's better. You know, it's better on these 18s than my Sportage on 19s. So I hope it helps.